This is podcast number 4 with Josh, Dan,
I'm back, John.
Taylor.
and there we go. We're playing Limbo today, and because it's it's pleasant in background. And Josh likes Limbo a lot.
I do like Limbo. It was an arcade title a few years ago, and now it's on next gen.
So, what do you like so much about Limbo? I want to delve.
It's very simple. You only have like 2 or 3 buttons to use, and I like the art style, how like everything is shaded, so you never get any detail, and you kind of get the gist of the story without them actually explaining it, which is also unique.
I do like that there's no dialogue whatsoever, and
Yeah.
you still have a story, and you care about the kid.
Yeah.
Does it bother you at all? I don't see you as a 2D gamer.
It's
Honestly.
This is a 2D?
Yeah, this is 2D.
No, I'd say it's like a 3D platform.
This isn't 3D.
Because
That's not
you get the
3D.
perspective of the background.
Yeah, but you can't move in 3 dimensions. You only move in 2
But you get the
dimensions.
perspective of 3D.
No,
Yeah,
it
but there's
doesn't
nothing
matter.
happening in the
Yeah.
third dimension.
I like that.
So you don't think of me as a 2D gamer?
No, I think of you as AAA titles.
No, I play.
So the easy reaches.
Hmm?
So the easy reaches.
What do you mean? I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Do you know what that means?
I don't know what that means either.
Like,
Yeah, what the
not
fuck
are you
putting
saying,
too
Taylor?
much effort into finding a good game and just going with the
Just like
basic,
picking.
simple.
Are you saying the AAA titles are easier, or
No, they're easier to find. And like it's what
Yeah.
everybody plays, you know?
these are cheaper?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
these
to
are the
an
ones that
extent.
you have to actually go and look for and
Research.
try out, and you just make, you're lazy.
I would say-
That's what I'm saying.
On my 360 anyway, a decent portion of my games are arcade titles. Like some of my favorite games are arcade titles.
Like what?
This. Did you play I Am Alive?
That is good.
Yes.
That was really good. I like that a lot. Like it's one of my top games.
So 2 of them.
No, I'm trying to think.
Worms Battle Rap.
Deadliest Warrior. Did you ever play that?
I did not.
It's just like
We played that. It was
basically like the first 2 that I have, and then
fun.
there's
It's like Chivalry, but Deadliest Warrior. Chivalry.
there's that one, and then there's also another one where it's fighting like what's Mortal Kombat. It's basically that, but it has like famous people like Alexander the Great versus Genghis Khan and stuff like that. That's another one. I mean, I can just bring up a list of my games and see what I like, but I don't want to go through that much time. So, Ghostbusters trailer.
Ghostbusters trailer. We watched the Ghostbusters trailer right before this.
New Ghostbusters trailer.
Alright. So, I can accept that those are really funny women. Okay. But I am not incredibly into their kind of humor.
I
Yeah.
like Kristen Wiig's humor.
I like
lot.
Kristen Wiig.
She's so awkward and funny, and it's
I don't
funny.
like Bridesmaids. I don't
I like
like
Bridesmaids.
Pitch Perfect. I don't.
I like Pitch Perfect.
Those I just for some reason can't get into that comedy, and I'm not saying it's because they're chick movies, because I
No.
like Mean Girls. I like Mean Girls a lot,
is good.
but I just can't get into that kind of humor, and I feel like I'll have trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I
liking that movie.
understand. I feel like as a lot of people are having issues with it because they are girls. Like, a lot of people where I work in a movie store, so, like, everybody comes in and talks about movies, and everybody's saying, oh, I don't like how they're girls.
Like that doesn't.
Everybody
fucking matter.
came in and they were like, it's stupid how they're girls. I don't think
Yeah.
that's right.
That's really ignorant.
As long as it's good, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I hope it's good. I
feel
just
like
don't
it's-
think I'll like it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have a different style to the other Ghostbusters,
Definitely.
and the fact that they
It's
have
gonna
like
be newer.
yeah, like and just from the trailer, the one thing that stood out to me a lot was they were getting ready to fight some ghosts, and she had like pistols that she pulled out.
Yeah.
Like it's completely different. They have no
Ecto
equipment.
pistols.
Yeah.
The CGIs look pretty interesting.
Something that stuck out to me was the soundtrack. I didn't like it.
I didn't listen to it.
It was very like Poppy.
updated.
Yeah. But the thing that I love about Ghostbusters is the chemistry between Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and what's his name?
Oh, you're gonna need to push that further.
Yeah. The dead one. And
Oh, I feel like we should know his name. I'll look it up real quick.
that's like something unique. But that's what I love about Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's not particularly the premise or anything.
They
It's not a
should-
great premise, but they're fucking hilarious.
They should
especially
make-
Bill Murray.
Like callbacks all the time, I think, in the new movie because
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way you're going to be able to top the first one. So they should just accept
Oh.
that and then make drawbacks.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah, Harold Ramis.
And then let's not forget Rick Moranis, the Keymaster.
Uh-huh. Who's our English teacher.
Yep.
Sigourney Weaver was good in that too.
Yeah, she was.
Just being just a random. She was such a like. She really made women look bad in that movie. How do I get that?
You have to get it to stomp.
Yeah, get the spider stomp.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I hope it's good. The best wishes.
Stay still longer.
It's scary. All right.
One more.
I thought I heard it.
It jiggled.
Ah. Get on with it, Mr. Spiker.
I got this mostly. I would say I have like the first half decently memorized,
Okay.
but then the second half gets fuzzy because I didn't play that as much.
So, what I want to talk about. I want to talk about The Division some more, in the sense that it has a not review embargo, but they're not releasing review copies of the game. Now, Ubisoft justifies this by saying it's an MMO game, and they want you reviewers to play it in an MMO environment,
So
in the sense of having real players in an MMO environment.
Do you want to see something else violent?
Step in the bear trap.
Walk on the bear trap.
So,
Yep.
Holy crap.
This game is very graphic.
But it's not even like...
In a very, like,
Yeah.
non-gory way. Like,
yeah, that's pretty gory.
but you don't see
Take
the
up the
colors
capital.
and stuff. You just see, like, body parts falling off.
That's sad.
That's great. Favorite game? Well, not favorite game.
I
One
was
of
gonna
favorite
say.
games.
Anyway, what were you saying? Sorry, I was confused by the stabbing of
Okay.
children.
Should I restart
Yeah.
or go on?
And whatever.
Division, they don't have a review embargo, but they're not.
No reviews.
Yeah, they're not like releasing
No
any
reviews
review copies.
until the game is out, which means they won't get copies to review until the game is out. So it'll take like a week or so. But they justify this by saying that they want reviewers to play in an MMO environment, which means they want real players playing with them and not a fabricated MMO environment. Which, this isn't the first time this happened. That was the excuse used for Destiny's lack of review copies. But many people just kind of feel like the reason for doing that is that Destiny sucked cock. And they knew that it was the most expensive game in history. $500 million were on the line. If bad review copies were released, they would have lost a lot of money and Bungie would have went under. So it's possible that this trend is something that's going on because there's a lot of money on the line and they don't want to get screwed. Just in case the game's bad. Now I'm not saying the game is going to be bad. I'm just saying
But you're
Yes.
also not
they're
saying it's going to be
preparing
good.
for the possibility that people won't like the game and they won't make as many sales, and then Ubisoft massive will go under. So that's interesting because that never used to be a thing. Like Titanfall even had review copies, for a game that's only multiplayer. So in my opinion, they should release review copies.
Yeah.
I think absolutely, so people know what they're getting into. But, I trust the developer, and that's probably a big thing on the marketing side, honestly. So what do you guys think about that?
Did you just let him get killed?
No, it's part of the game.
You get wrapped up.
Holy crap.
Personally, before I buy a game, like I stop pre-ordering probably within like the last 1 or 2 years.
I've
because
never pre-ordered.
I like hearing about the game before I buy it, and
Unless it's something like Fallout, which is like, I don't care if it's crap, I'm buying it regardless.
yeah, there's a couple cases like that. Like I'm sure I'll do that for the next Halo because I like Halo a lot.
Yeah. I usually don't pre-order when I don't know anything about the game. Or like Fallout, they had tons of gameplay footage before, and games that release tons of gameplay footage I trust. And I don't have trust in games like The Division and Destiny, though for some reason I had a ton of trust in Destiny because it was Bungie. But
I stopped trusting Bungie when my 360 stopped trusting Bungie. For some reason, I won't play Bungie games. Don't know
Be
why.
careful with this jump. Yeah. I think I want review copies. I want to be able to read what someone thinks about it, and I don't think it's fair that they're like... I mean, obviously they can do whatever they want because it's their property, but still, it just seems wrong in the grand scheme of things.
it makes me more skeptical about the quality of the game,
What if from now on this sets a precedent for other games to
I
start
think
doing
it's
this?
definitely going to be a trend.
And I don't like it.
And it used to be just that, okay, we won't know how good it is until the day or the day before it comes out. Like, I didn't know if Shadow of Mordor was going to be good, but then the day before it came out, there were a ton of copies came, they had review copies.
Yeah.
So the reviews came out, I was like, holy shit, I'm going to buy this game. And I think that's because, like, some games, they really trust the quality of their game and have faith in it. And I'm not sure that Ubisoft has faith in The Division, especially since it's been hyped like crazy, just like Destiny. It's been announced years and years, 3 years ago.
They shouldn't have done that.
Yes, and that was a really bad idea. But they're going to make a ton of money. So
Because people aren't going to know how bad it is, and they're just going to get it to go, hey, I'm going to try this.
especially with all the hype. All that hype equals lots of money.
But what other reason would they have for not giving review copies out than the fact that
The
it's
reason
not
they
good?
said
Which
is the MMO environment.
But that's not really a thing.
I mean, I guess that it is a multiplayer game, but like Destiny, and I think they think that they can not trick people, but kind of trick people by having the beta out, and you're like, oh, this is the beta, this is a little bit of the game, but with Destiny, the beta was a third of the game.
Yeah.
And it was just horrible.
Oh my god.
But it was a good beta, but it wasn't a good game.
Somebody was hanging there. This game.
Yeah,
I was not prepared for this.
I think I'm worried that the Division's like, okay, that's 2 of 5 missions that you played in the beta.
Yeah. I think they're also kind of worried that they're being compared to Destiny without, like, they might not necessarily want to do that unless it's in terms of success.
Yeah, because Destiny was definitely successful, but within the gaming community,
It was not.
it was
Poop.
it was one of the biggest flops in gaming
Biggest
history.
steaming pile of curly-topped poop.
But if you're like a Call of Duty gamer, which isn't a gamer, then you love the high you get from playing Destiny, And I don't think that's the audience that the Division is trying to appeal to, especially that they actually flat out call it an MMO, which Destiny did not do. Destiny just said, here's a game that's multiplayer oriented, But the Division just flat out says, this is an MMO, which makes me hopeful that they'll try and appeal to the MMO audience. But we'll see. Especially since it's got like a ton of RPG elements, and that's what I care about. It's a good RPG.
Oh, there was something else about it I saw recently. I'll think of it in like 2 seconds. Microtransactions.
Okay.
They were talking about how they have, like, the way that their system is set up in the game, they absolutely have them, but they're not calling them microtransactions for some reason.
What are they calling them?
I think they're just calling them DLC or something.
Okay.
But the way it's set up, it's like you buy the aesthetic clothing for your character, and they're like, oh, they're not microtransactions, they're DLC.
Okay. I don't care about that because it doesn't affect gameplay.
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off about microtransactions. If the microtransaction gives a player an advantage over another player, I immediately
If it's
am against them.
like pay to play well, then that's stupid. But if it's pay to look pretty, then that's
fine.
alright.
I don't want any pay-to-win games. Aesthetics are fine. So I'm cool with that. And you know what? There's an article I read recently that EA released a statistic of how much money they made from microtransactions, and it makes you want to vomit. It's so much money. And I don't understand why people do it. I just don't get it. I've never...
They want to be able to have the full experience, even though they can get along without having that stuff.
And when it comes to aesthetics, I can't imagine ever spending money on it.
Yeah.
I don't have the money. I want to play.
It's got to be something so cool.
Uh-huh.
Like being able to ride, like, let's say there's a game where you ride horses, like Red Dead or something.
Okay.
It better be like one that turns it into like some kind of unicorn or Pegasus that flies.
I remember being stuck on this one for fucking ever.
You want me to tell you? How to
No,
do it?
I want to figure it out.
Okay.
In World of Warcraft, I was kind of like obsessed with aesthetics, where in the sense where you can get mounts for that you ride, and some of them are so fucking cool looking. And I was just spend hours, and they weren't microtransactions. You just had to go through hell
Grind
to get them, and I would absolutely do it. I would spend like days, weeks, months, honestly, months, trying to get one fucking dragon that can fly around. And I guess that's the kind of obsession they appeal to with microtransactions, except without all the work.
Yeah.
You just get money.
I think is kind of dumb.
Yeah, and it kind of takes the challenge out of the game,
Yeah.
if you want. Because aesthetics, I think, should be something in-game that just is difficult to get.
Yeah.
If you want to show off.
That's the way Heroes and Generals is on the computer I play. It's not pay to win necessarily, it's pay to not grind.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I like that, because I want
I
people
like-
to know
I like the
I did
grind.
all the work to
Yeah.
get that.
I'd be like, not, look at this guy's buying
Uh-huh.
things.
What else is Uncharted 4?
Uncharted 4 got delayed once more.
Again, hooray.
That's okay as long as it turns out to be a good game.
I am perfectly okay with it.
Hey Dan, what's that quote?
Let me tell you a quote. Nobody remembers a delayed game. Everybody remembers a bad game. Even if you release it bad and fix it, like Unity, everybody remembers Unity sucked when it came out. But they fixed it, and it was a pretty good game afterwards. If they would have just delayed Unity and released it good in the first place, no one would have cared eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something where Uncharted, Naughty Dog's been going through a change of management because people keep quitting, which I think is completely Sony's fault, but whatever. So they had to scrap the whole plot of Uncharted 4 at one point and restart, which was the first time they delayed it. And then they were like, okay, we have a game, but the ending they didn't like. So they're like, okay, let's delay it again. Which I like, because this is going to be the last game in the series. If the ending isn't good, I'm going to be really, really, really upset.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like if they end Assassin's Creed very shittily, even though it's slowly been going downhill a little
I've
bit.
cried at the end of every Uncharted so far. If I don't cry harder at the end of this one, I'll be thoroughly annoyed.
yeah. So, I am happy that they are delaying, and I want them to delay it. So, this delay, though, is a little bit less justified. It's Sony asked them to delay it so that they can have a global release date. So it all releases on one day globally and get the game out to more people. Which I guess cool, you're getting it to more people, but they could have just released it at the same time in America and then release it later globally.
Yeah.
But I guess I see what their point is, and it's only 2 weeks, so in the grand scheme, I'm not too annoyed.
They're gonna go global in 2 weeks?
Well, it's a 2-week delay.
Compared to the old date.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they think they're gonna get that done in 2 weeks?
What do you mean?
They're getting 2 more weeks so that
Yeah.
they can.
Well,
do
the
this.
original release date for the rest of the world was 2 weeks later than the American.
Oh,
they're just
so
releasing-
So they're
they're
pushing
just-
back the
America's-
American release
Well,
to the
that's
rest of the
dumb.
world. Yeah. But, whatever.
That's stupid.
I don't care. Can I go down this?
Yeah. Good on there.
So that's what's going on with Uncharted. But, whatever. Do what you gotta do. I'm a little bit tired of Sony sticking their nose into Naughty Dog's business. Because I love Naughty Dog, but Sony is starting to be a little bit too in there. And that's why I think Insomniac Games used to be a Sony exclusive company. They made Ratchet and Clank and stuff. And then they made Sunset Overdrive, which was an Xbox exclusive. And I think that's because Sony is getting into the creative side of developers, which don't do that. Is this one come down?
No.
Okay.
You only need the one.
Oh, there's a dead thing.
It's
in
not cool for Sony to
Stick their fingers
stick their
in.
fingers, into a creation. They can do marketing and stuff, I don't care. But if they're making people that made some of the best games I've ever played quit, my favorite company,
That's a
That's
no-no.
not okay.
Upsetting.
And I think that that's the same thing with EA. With
Oh my god, there's another dead.
oh, that's what I wanted to talk
This
about.
fucking game.
Mass Effect Andromeda was delayed
Oh.
because one of the executives of BioWare left to work on Destiny.
What?
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah.
Boo.
So-
Who does that? Traitor
guy.
of all video
What do I do here?
games. Look at the
Jump
dead
on that
person.
body.
Oh
Hop on the
god.
dead bodies.
What?
Nope.
Nope, I did it. Alright, I understand now.
This
So
game is messed up.
that's what's happening with Mass Effect. Mass Effect now has a 2017 release instead of a 2016. So
Who was the person that left?
one of the executives of
I feel like that was based purely on money.
I don't know. Though I understand them switching to Bungie as a money decision, but I don't know if they'd leave their project behind.
I
You
wouldn't.
know?
It'd be my baby, especially
Like,
since it's Mass Effect.
It's one of the most renowned game series in history.
So good.
And
Bungie.
Destiny sucks.
Yeah, but money talks. Nope.
Wrong. No, I can make it.
Bungie raked in a lot of money.
I
from
mean, it is
Destiny.
the most profitable game in history for being horrible.
Yeah.
But
Go back.
We put a lot of money into it,
People,
Josh, so we
you
can't
know,
say anything.
Yeah, I put so much money in it.
And then my
Why would
Xbox
you do
not
that?
fudged out on me.
Because I liked it.
No.
That's all we
you have
played.
been sitting here bashing that the whole time, and then you're like, "Oh, you did it."
Me bashing it.
That was
Yeah.
Dan.
Alright.
Me and Josh played it all the
I
time.
like it.
I just now
In
bought it
certain
for the first
regards.
time
Right.
this December.
I let it slide down there.
Oh, this is so messed up. This game
Yeah.
is so messed up.
I
I didn't
love
know
it.
this was so. What?
Not because it's messed up, because
No,
it's
you do
unique.
slightly.
No, it's unique.
Mm.
It has.
You just like it and kids crush to death.
Uh-huh. I like how you have to solve stuff without knowing what to do at first.
Yeah, I like that there's very little direction.
Alright.
See, I thought the sticky uppy part was a button.
That's what I thought the first time, but it's
Yeah.
the other way around. So you want to jump on that one in the middle.
Alright. But anyway, Mass
And then
Effect
this time,
Andromeda.
don't jump on the button. Now you gotta remember that when you go back.
Do it again.
So, Mass Effect.
I'm really upset about Mass Effect being delayed. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, but they're gonna make it better.
I don't know. I see a dark beginning for BioWare. Except Drew Karpyshyn's back. Drew Karpyshyn's back.
Ah, Drew.
Drew Karpyshyn is the coolest developer, and he left BioWare to go work on things on his own. But he's back, baby. He's back at BioWare. He was the mind behind Knights of the Old Republic and the first 2 Mass Effect games.
They're getting dripped on.
So you know what? I am very excited he's back, but he's not working on Mass Effect Andromeda.
Why?
He's working on a new Star Wars title, motherfucker, which is so exciting. I'm so
Is
excited.
it just completely, like, we don't know anything about it?
No. They haven't even said officially it's a new Star Wars title, but it's a new Star Wars title.
Did you hear anything about bringing Star Wars 1313 back? Because I heard something about that.
This is what they're doing, or considering. It's not.
back.
It's not 100%. They're. Where do I put it? Here.
And just leave it there, like push it up all the way. Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're considering, instead of making a game, I did that by accident. Instead of making a game, they're gonna make a TV series of Star Wars 1313. And
What
not
is Star Wars
releasing it.
1313?
That was a LucasArts game before LucasArts got bought by Disney. So instead, they are gonna make a good old fun time television show because the game probably sucked. And that was not
I think you missed it.
Yeah.
It's 30 minutes, by the way.
Okay. I think that the reason they canned Star Wars 1313, because it looked pretty much done. It had a release date really soon. I'm going to say that EA got their hands on it, played it, and it was horrible. So they're like, alright, we can't give this to the public. This can't be the last thing we see of LucasArts.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. We had the Christmas special.
That was the last thing we saw.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's what we'll all remember.
So we'll see what BioWare's up to. I hope they get their shit together.
I think
Start releasing some titles.
whatever they do, they're probably going to try and do more movie tie-ins. Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
shit. God damn it. Oh. EA did discuss some new Star Wars stuff. They said, well, first of all, they released details for the next Battlefront DLC. It's called Outer Rim. It adds some maps, a new game mode, and new characters. It's going to be Jabba's Palace is one of them. And Solace, the place where Anakin and Obi-Wan did their fight.
No.
That
That was
Oh, yeah.
Mustafar.
That was
Solace
Mustafar.
is
Solace-
the Sith.
One is, I thought I saw Mustafar then. It might be Mustafar. But I'm completely wrong. Someone can correct me in the comments.
Be like, Dan's wrong.
Dan's
Horrible
wrong.
person. Horrible person. How
Horrible
could you feed us these
You have
lies?
to quit the podcast. But they also said there's 3 new Star Wars games they're working on.
3?
Yeah, because they have Visceral Studios, which is the people behind Mass Effect. Dead Space
Oh, okay.
and BioWare and DICE still.
Force Unleashed 3. Double-ended lightsaber. Make it happen.
Make it happen. Also, they said that there's definitely going to be Battlefront sequels. 100%.
Doesn't surprise
So it's
me.
going to turn into a Call of Duty.
It's probably not going to be yearly. Hopefully
No,
not.
most
But do you always
EA games are like 2 years.
biannually? Is that what that is?
Yeah, biannually.
But
Keep climbing up. Alright, go.
that should be fine. They should do. Hopefully, they'll take some the current Battlefront as a learning experience
To say, no.
to
Bad job.
fix some things and add some things that are really important.
You paid a lot of money for something that wasn't that great.
It was just not enough content,
Yeah.
and that's just a trend with modern gaming. It's just not enough content. But hopefully they fix it. I have faith in Visceral because I really enjoyed Dead Space 1. That's one of my favorite sci-fi horror games.
What is on your head?
I
This
just
is a little
completed
mind
that
control
too.
bug.
Not too long ago.
Oh, really? Did you like it?
I liked it. The ending was
It's a
fucked
really
up though.
good game. Yeah. So, gaming news. Apparently that's what's going on. It's about the time, about quitting time. So,
It's not lunchtime yet.
thanks everybody for being here and watching this video. For more gaming news, like and subscribe. We'll be doing this every Friday, so I hope you enjoyed and have a good night.
Bye bye.